So they had somebody come in and sweep the parking lot, and even though they didn't do the best job, they did a pretty good job. They were able to get it all, I mean, other than the, there's swipes here and there where the brush missed, but they were able to get it into, quite a bit of it into piles, got most of it off the parking lot, and thank goodness they did that, because I don't think, with my breathing getting as bad as it is, I don't think I would have been able to sweep the parking lot this year to get the gravel. So this is actually a huge blessing for me to be able to get the gravel still and be prepared for next year without actually having to sweep. I wasn't prepared for this because I didn't know it was happening, so I just ended up getting some produce boxes. I had a couple buckets that I always have in my truck. That's for usually when I go to the range. But I'm just gonna fill or put as much gravel in these boxes as I think I can handle, and get at least some of it home to replace what I used up this year. That's my big focus. And then hopefully grab enough for myself in 1 or 2 trips, maybe today and maybe on Friday. Finish getting what I need for the year. Plus, as far as I'm concerned, collecting this gravel is just another form of recycling rather than leaving it lay out here on the ground. Put it to good use. But yeah, it is. It's a huge blessing for me to be able to get this gravel and not have to sweep it up this year. Huge. Thank you, God. Very happy. You are so kind to me. I have some piles here I can grab, and then on the other side of the parking lot, some more piles just like this that I can grab. How can we not see small things like this as a blessing from God? Tripod with me. I was not prepared for any of this today. I'm actually borrowing the shovel from work. So luckily they had a shovel I could borrow, and get as much of this as I can. It's actually supposed to snow tonight. Here in a couple hours it's supposed to start snowing. Certainly hope it doesn't. There we go. Got my buckets filled up. Still have that bucket of brass I have to get sorted tonight because I'm planning on recycling tomorrow. But I got the boxes filled up. I know they're not full, but I have to make them manageable for me at home. And a lot of them have these holes in them. I don't want my bed of my truck being full of gravel. So, but I call this good for tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to get another load just like this on Friday. Go return the shovel, get home, and get this unloaded and get ready to go recycle tomorrow. There we go. The gravel is all piled up and in, and that's most of what I got today. This crib was totally empty, 6 inches tall, pretty good pile of gravel there, and we got Marissa's bucket, or her 55-gallon drum, totally filled back up again, which took the 5-gallon bucket and the 2 3-gallon buckets, but the buckets weren't 100% full. But we got her all replaced. I'm all replaced with the gravel that I use this year, plus I got extra, and I'm hoping for one more load. Now I'm going to start loading the truck up with pop cans, but I'm going to start loading up those pop cans into my truck. And I do want to get a weight on them as I am loading them up. So I brought my scales out. So anything I recycle, I like to weigh for a couple of reasons. One, I like to have an idea of what or how much weight I have of what I am recycling. And two, I just want to be able to compare what my scales say compared to their scales. 8 pounds. As long as we're both pretty close, I'm happy. It's just keeping both of us honest. And I do have to say, with West Rock's recycling, I've never had an issue with my scales being different from theirs. They're almost spot on. 7, that makes 15. And again, I just have to say, this is all stuff that I really like and enjoy doing. The sound of cans dumping into the back of my pickup truck is just as good as the sound of change jingling in my pocket. Especially if it's change I found off the ground. Now where can I hide these bags? Oh, here's a good spot. Well, hopefully I don't forget them. Better get back to work and quit playing around. 20. Now I'm going to get this bag set up and opened up just a little bit more so it's easier to dump the cans into. Now this is a big bag that they put over the top of the banana pallets, and to keep the bananas ripening in transit. And I save them to throw my pop cans in. I also use them to cover things up that I don't want to get rained on. They make really nice tarps. They're such nice big heavy plastic bags that they work really well for lots and lots of different things. Plus the fact that I get them for free, that doesn't hurt a darn thing. Tends to take me a little bit longer when I start adding things up in my head. 35. And just look at all of those Coca-Cola cans. I wonder just who could have given me all of those cans. Oh wait, I know, but I won't tell. 44. And you might think that I'm calling those numbers out so that you can hear them. 53. But I'm also calling them out so that I can remember them. This way I can always go back in the video and look if I mess up on my addition or if I just plain forget the number. There's 60. Almost 61. And sometimes the bags don't want to stand on the scale on their own, so it takes just a little bit of coaxing. With a little bit of patience though, 60, we can make it work. 768. And there's another bag of mostly Coca-Cola cans. You know who you are. Thank you. 75. $82. Those bags just keep coming and coming. I'm gonna have a truckload for sure. 89. And that's probably about gonna do it. Let's see if I can fill that bag up now. And I'm gonna let you just listen to the beautiful sound of the cans pouring into the back of my pickup truck. pretty good load. I'm gonna call that good for the truck, at least for cans. Got another start of cans that I need to smash. Made a pretty good dent in the pile of cans. Still have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more bags right there. So that ain't bad. That'd be about 60 more pounds probably. And now I am going to weigh up some buckets of brass and get rid of some brass at the same time. Oh, and I was going to get rid of aluminum from next door too. I'll have to haul that over by hand. Let's do this bucket of 9mm really quick. Oh, and it just shut it off right before I did it. Here we go. Redo. 32 pounds, 14 ounces. $34 pounds, 10 ounces on that bucket of 223. It's a nice bucket of 223. It's a shame just to recycle it, but nobody seems to want it, so that's what I'm gonna do with it. There we have another 10 pounds, 6 ounces, 9mm. Now I have plenty of that, and I can get lots and lots more of that. There's lots more where that came from, so. 15 pounds even, more 223, and some 22, just the rim fires. I want to see just how much weight I have just in rim fire really quick. So 8 pounds, 10 ounces. There we go, right in the middle. 8 pounds, 6 ounces. I'll go with that weight on that one. But 8 pounds, so that's probably close to $16 that most people wouldn't even bother picking up. And I know that took me a long time to pick up, but it was only when I usually wasn't picking up a whole lot of the rim fire unless that's the only thing to pick up, and I was waiting on other people to finish shooting to be able to pick up their brass when they were done. So that's just a bonus as far as I'm concerned. And one more bucket, 223, 556. Almost 21 pounds right there. It's all gonna add up pretty nice. I'm now at the scrapyard. Gonna get this stuff unloaded. Here's the cans in their bin. 88 pounds, not too shabby. Pretty much what my scale said. And here's the rim fires in their little bucket. 8 pounds. Again, pretty much what my scale said as well. Here's the brass in their big bin. Now I did notice that their scale reader was blinking on my phone when I was trying to take the picture, but I could read the 104. I'm not sure what was up with that. So here's the receipt from the recycling center and the regular shell casings. Got paid $1.85 a pound for $192.40. That is the big payday for today. The aluminum cans, 25 cents a pound. They've always been 25 cents a pound. Probably always going to be 25 cents a pound. And a lot of that, I would say, is because of all the shipping to take them back to the lower 48 to get them processed into new cans again. So, yep, unless we can get something up here where we can use those aluminum cans up here in Alaska for something without all that shipping, probably never get more than 25 cents a pound. But anyway, that is a video for another time. A different video for another time. I made $22 off of the aluminum cans, which more than pays for the fuel to get into town and back home. And then the rim fire is this bottom line yellow brass. They pay 10 cents less for it, so $1.75 a pound, 8 pounds for $14.40. So that's nothing to sneeze at for just picking up the small casing, the 22 casings, when there's nothing else there to pick up at the gun range. That it adds up over time. And no, it doesn't pay me a very good salary per hour, but in a pinch, it helps pay for my trips to Anchorage. And it's something that I enjoy doing. So why not get paid for what you enjoy doing, right? That's the best way to work. Plus, if you're making money on something that you enjoy doing, can it really be considered work? I don't think so. So all of my recycling pretty much paid not only for the trip into town, but also almost everything that I bought while I was in town. Not quite, but almost. And here is what the fuel cost me to get into Anchorage and back home. Paid $2.99.9 a gallon for 5.94 gallons. For a grand total of $17.83. Just made it back from town. Got our Costco. Not a whole lot, mostly dog food. That was the primary reason why we went to Costco, was to get the dog food. Puppy dogs were almost out of food. And then little Huxley has to have his special food. And then just a couple snacks pretty much for me and Kara. So other than that, but the dog food was the main thing, and we got that taken care of. We are good for a while now again. And it was an awfully nice day to be spending driving to Anchorage, and almost feels like a wasted nice day driving to Anchorage and just shopping and recycling. But when I ask for time off from work, I never know what the weather's actually going to be like. Last night it was supposed to snow. It did, just a little bit, not enough to amount to anything. This morning when I took off to go to Anchorage, there was one slick spot on the road, so thank God that the roads were fairly clear and good. And once we got to Anchorage, the sun was out, and it was a glorious, wonderful day. But when we got done with the recycling and got all of our stuff done that needs to be done, I won't have to go to Anchorage again for at least 2, hopefully 3 months. So that's a good thing. I hate going to Anchorage. Costco's the only reason I go to Anchorage, and I throw in a recycling trip along with it. So that gives me 3 months to collect up enough pop cans to pay for the fuel again. So that just kind of goes to show that if you shop right and recycle the right things, that recycling can really pay a lot down on your grocery bills and your fuel bills. Pretty much this whole trip was paid for by that recycling. So it's not a bad thing. And it's something everybody should be doing anyway. The cool thing is all of those pop cans, I did not drink a single one of those cans. That was all given to me by people who are nice and generous enough to save their cans for me and give them to me so that I can recycle them. And I want to thank each and every one of them if they're watching this video. If you've given me pop cans, thank you very much. That's what I use them for. And it's a blessing for me. And I hope that it's a blessing for you. And I hope that you get blessings out of it in the end as well. But I certainly am happy and thankful that each one of the people that give me pop cans, they do that. And they take the time to save them for me. I'm going to just about end this video right here. Thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.